What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is B Octavia. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Washington, DC. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the high school that I went to, and I just wanna give y'all some pointers, especially if it's some people that's still in school, and just tell y'all my overall experience and basically how I survived it. Now, I say how I survived it because my school wasn't the typical high school. You know what I'm saying? My school was more like a max security a maximum security high school. And I say that because my high school was kind of notorious for it being bad. You know, it was notorious for what you would hear negative in the news and word of mouth, you know, that type of stuff, and that stigma traveled all the way up until now. I graduated in 2014. So me starting off and ending in that same school is kind of a remarkable thing. I mean, I'm a pretty much laid back, cool type of person, but even if you that, stuff still comes your way, and especially if it's in the heart of the hood. Now, my high school was Ballou, Frank W. Ballou, or just Ballou Senior High School. My high school was in the heart of Southeast. There is another high school that's in Southeast as well, and that high school is Anacostia. Now, if any of y'all know, because I do have certain people and some people that live here in the city or have lived here, Anacostia and Ballou, for some reason, really didn't like each other. It's the hoods that's surrounding Anacostia and the hoods that's surrounding Ballou. I won't get into the different hoods because it's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? On both sides. That rivalry was crazy. The games that would happen between Ballou and Anacostia really was toxic. Like, it really was tension. You know, you can feel it. You can almost see it. Like, it was almost like humidity, you know, on the hottest fucking days of the year. And when the cars going by and they little, what's that shit called? The ignition joint. And then you can see the humidity and shit. Yeah. Like, you can see it just like that. You know, you can see it. You can feel it. Like that anxious feeling that you get. And I feel like everybody just waiting for something to pop off. And that's why I stopped going to those. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be something. It might be in the middle of the game, then they can't finish. They actually made the games like no outside people could come. Only the players from each side could come. It could barely be any cheerleaders because, you know, the Anacostia cheerleaders and the Ballou cheerleaders would be beefing. So they made it like limited everything. And if you wanted to go to the game, you had to stay in the school until the game started. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? Maximum security, right? So that's just to tell y'all of one rivalry, you know what I'm saying, that got really hectic a lot of the times, and what lengths they had to start going to ensure that nothing won't happen, or, you know, they can contain whatever happens really fast. Now, moving on to my experience in general. Being as though I went to Ballou for 4 years, my whole 4 years, I went through several different phases. I went through kind of the rebellious stage where and a lot of it was excitement because you in you in high school. You only got a certain amount of years left. I feel like being around new energy was exciting as well. But as a result, you see that your grades ain't where you wanted to be, and that's not really how you wanted to start off. And when I seen that, I kind of switched up. You know what I'm saying? I realized that skipping class is kind of boring. You really don't have nowhere to go. A lot of the teachers in Ballou, especially during my time, they not just gonna let you walk in a class and sit down if they know that that's not your class. The only place it really worked sometimes was the gym. And that shit boring, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting there. I was just in the bleachers. I'm skipping class. I'm skipping the homework, all that shit, right? I'm skipping out on what I actually have to do to sit here and do nothing. So I stopped doing that. Me being in class at the right time made me feel better than skipping. So moving into 10th, 11th, 12th, it was none of that, you know. Well, I'm lying, but it was a couple times. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like I had an okay experience. I did have a fight where I ended up getting jumped. And I'll get into that in another video, because that's a whole lot within itself. 9th grade, you being real social. You got maybe 4 to 5 people that you hang out with on a consistent basis. That number is going to start dropping. So I noticed that, I don't need to hang around people. I got a job to do. And when I came to school, especially Ballou, because it just be a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying? It could be a spur of the moment, like, argument that pop off between you and somebody else. Like, this one nigga, we was in a group, and this one nigga was sitting across from me. And she got, like, stars and shit, you know what I'm saying? She giving out rewards, and I wanted a reward. It ain't about y'all in the group. I want the reward, you know what I'm saying? So, but it is about y'all if y'all don't shut the fuck up. So, he kept blabbling off, and come to find out he was on some shit, you know what I'm saying? But he kept blabbering off, and I'm just like, I'm staring at him the whole time. And I'm just like, damn, can you shut the fuck up? So then points get taken away. Then they looking at me crazy. Like, damn, he was the one talking and shit, But anyways, Ballou was a pretty intense place. Drama was coming my way from a couple different females. And that shit was based on boys. And I never really tripped over boys. You know what I'm saying? If you was nice to me, I was nice to you. And that's how I've always been. If you give up good energy, I'ma give it back to you. The minute that switch, then it is what it is. You gonna have to handle what I got to say in response to what you saying, As a result, of those beefs, it's something that you can't help depending on who you is. It's not really your issue. After a while, it's only your issue if they put their hands on you. Then it's your issue. And that didn't happen on too many occasions. And it could have, but it didn't. As far as I went, it didn't go like that a lot of times. And the only time that, because I only had that one fight and I got jumped in the same scenario. And in that situation, that wasn't even my shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was, and I'll get into that, but it wasn't. And I feel like the way I went about stuff was kind of the same with now. If you truly not worth it, you're not going to get no type of reaction that you think that you're going to get. Friends in high school, that shit temporary. You'll see within different scenarios and situations that all of y'all in, that a lot of people don't have your back. And it's not really about, like, having your back. Like, if you fuck with somebody, you'll be front line with that person, and it don't have to be nothing forced. It don't have to be nothing that you have to question or none of that. So friends in high school, that shit is temporary. And you'll realize after you get out of high school that a lot of them people that you was quote unquote friends with ain't gonna be around no more. They gonna be doing their thing and you gonna be doing yours. So that's a word to the wise. I do want to get into this though.
What's the deal, huh? Tell me how you feel. Ain't no chill, huh? Do this shit for real.